Hi, my name is Dr. Christine Goodhart, and I will be your instructor for this course. I wanted to make you this video to give you an orientation to the course itself, and especially to the course Canvas site where the course will be facilitated. So what you're looking at right now is the home page of the course Canvas site. And the first things that I want to direct your attention to are the buttons on the top left-hand corner of the page. Especially this first button, the home button. If you ever get lost, you can always press this button and it will take you right back to this home page. The button right underneath is the announcements button, and that's where you can access any announcements that I put up throughout the course. And I will also be sending these announcements out through the messaging system in Canvas. You can modify your Canvas to have announcements sent to your student email, and you can also get those announcements through the messaging system on Canvas. Okay, so the home page, the first thing to do is to check out the welcome announcement, and that's where you are going to find some overall information about the course, a welcome to the course, and this video. Underneath the top part of the page is a number of tabs, and these tabs hold all of the resources for the course and the information for the course. So I'm going to walk you through these tabs right now to give you an idea of where things are located. The first tab is the Course Information tab, and this is where you can find general information about the course, including the syllabus, which is actually the first section on this page. So if you click on the course syllabus link, it will allow you to access an electronic copy of the course syllabus in PDF format. And I'm going to go through this briefly with you right now. So the first page of the course syllabus gives you some general information about the course itself, some information about the course code, the required text, which I will also show you a picture of the cover in just a few moments. Please note you do not need to purchase any online access code, you just need the textbook itself. Here is my instructor information. A little information about the course description and objectives. So this course will cover general principles of genetics and reproduction with an emphasis on human applications. This is human genetics. Topics will include Mendelian inheritance, extensions to Mendelian inheritance, multifactorial traits, DNA structure, function, and replication, cell division, population genetics, evolution, immunity, cancer, and genetic technologies. If you don't know what all of these things are, that's okay. We will cover them throughout the course, and you will know what they are at the end. And also, I want to highlight that genetic technologies section of the course. We will really get into genetic technologies later on. But this is a fascinating time to learn about genetics. There's so much new stuff, new tools, technologies that are allowing us to do really amazing things with genetics. And we're going to explore that more, especially toward the end of the course. So this course is offered in an online education format, utilizing this Canvas site that I'm showing you right now. And to let you know, effective use of both the textbook and the resources on this Canvas site will be required for successful completion of this course. And in addition, I have some tips for success that I want to share with you. The first one is to schedule time in your calendar every week to work on this course. What gets scheduled gets done. So if it's in your calendar, if that time is blocked out, you will be much more likely to do the work and be successful in this course. I suggest blocking out at least 5 hours every week in your calendar. And I'm going to help you with this because one of your first assignments, your beginning of course reflection, will ask you to actually tell me when each week you are making time for this course. The second tip is to read through all the announcements posted at the beginning of each week for information, updates, and reminders, and I will usually post each week's announcement the Sunday preceding that week. Tip number 3, be aware of all due dates for course assignments. The due dates are listed in the syllabus. I will show you them in just a moment. I suggest that you schedule these due dates into your calendar. What gets scheduled gets done. Tip number 4, utilize the assigned chapters in the textbook and also the recommended videos, animations, lectures, and outlines when answering the chapter and quiz questions. I will show you where you can access the videos, animations, lectures, and outlines on the Canvas site. Tip number 5, I suggest that you answer the chapter questions prior to attempting each week's quiz. And again, I will help you with this because the chapter questions will be due before the quiz is due. And I will post an answer key for the chapter questions immediately following the due date. And you can use that answer key when answering the quiz questions. Quizzes are a completely open book, open note. It is not cheating to use your answers to the chapter questions and also the answer key. Tip number 6, please reach out if you have any questions. I am here to help you. I'm available through email. I will show you where my email address, it's at the top of the syllabus page, but it's in various places throughout the Canvas site. And you can also meet with me virtually through office hours. Please contact me and we can schedule a virtual office hour that works for both of our schedules. Okay, the second page has to do with the grading for this course. So at the top of this page, you have a chart that lists all of the assignments for the course and how many points they're worth. And then next to that chart is the grading scale, so you can see what percentage will correspond to what letter grade at the end of the course. I have a little section for each of the types of assignments that's due in this course, so you can read a little bit more about them and what is expected. And then the third page is the schedule. And I've broken down the schedule into this chart format with different columns that represent aspects of the schedule, and each row represents each of the 16 weeks of this course. So week 1 takes place between the dates of February 20 to 24. The topic for this first week is Overview of Genetics and Cells, and we will be covering chapters 1 and 2. The assignments for this week are the week 1 chapter answers, and I will show you where you can access the questions, and also the week 1 quiz. And generally each week you will have chapter questions due and a quiz due, and then there will also be some additional assignments. So you have the due dates for all of the assignments in this course. Again, I encourage you to put these due dates into your calendar. The final page has to do with the course policies, and the first one I really want to emphasize. Please note that late work will not be accepted under any circumstances. I have a very strict policy of not accepting late work, and this is to be fair to all students. Now, I understand that things come up, there are technology problems that might arise, and to mitigate lost points due to these unforeseen circumstances, I will be offering extra credit later in the course. I'll be offering 30 points of extra credit. So if you do miss any points, you can make up for those missing points later on in the course. I also encourage you to not wait until the last minute to submit your assignments, because there can be technology issues. Sometimes internet connections can be slow. So to prevent any technology problems with submission, please submit ahead of the due date. The next policy is the email policy. When you email me, please give me as much information as possible. This will help me better help you. And definitely give me your first and last name, and I will usually respond to emails within 24 hours on weekdays and 48 hours on weekends. If you have a registered, if you are registered with DSP&S, please contact me if you need any accommodations. I am happy to provide any reasonable accommodations. I do ask that you contact me 2 weeks before any form of accommodation is requested so I can be sure to help you with that. Veterans, welcome home returning veterans. We are honored to have you on campus and we look forward to your continued success here. I understand that there might be special circumstances or responsibilities that might prevent you from doing some of the work in this course. Please reach out to me if you require any sort of accommodation. Again, I'm happy to make reasonable accommodations for you. Academic honesty. So cheating, plagiarism, forgery, all forms of academic dishonesty will not be tolerated. Basically, this means that what you turn in this course needs to be your work. It has to be in your own words. And this includes answers to the chapter questions. I'm going to ask that you not just copy and paste text from the textbook or from any other source, including work of other students, that all words are your own. To help you with this, I'm going to encourage you to think about how you might answer a question to a friend who would ask you. How might you frame that in your own phrasing, in your own words? You can learn more about the academic honesty policy at the link on this page. And then finally, the student learning outcomes for this course. So upon completion of this course, students will be able to do the following: communication, having to do with articulating the laws of genetics using scientific terminology; computation, which includes calculating estimated genotypic and phenotypic frequencies, and you'll learn more about that; creative, critical, and analytical thinking, so explaining the basic principles of genetics and reproduction as applied to humans; and finally, community, global consciousness, and responsibility, articulating the role that genetics plays in human health and evolution. And that is the course syllabus. Again, this is always available to you in the course information page. Now, going down on this page, I have some more course information items. I mentioned a required text. So here you can see a picture of the front page or the front cover of the course text. We are using the Human Genetics textbook by Ricky Lewis. This is a really excellent textbook. She's a great writer, and we're using the 12th edition. There is a copy of the course text on reserve in the campus library if you would like to do your reading there. And I will also be providing video and website resources to supplement the textbook. If you are unsure of how to use Canvas, or if you need some refresher, we do have support videos and support information for you. If you click on the link here, it will take you to that support page through the Citrus College website. And then finally, I will be staying in communication with you by emailing you weekly announcements and reminders. So I do encourage you to utilize your Citrus College email, and information about how to use it and maybe how to forward those emails to an account that you do use more regularly can be found at the link right here on this page. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page so I can show you the other tabs on the home page. So we just covered the course information tab. The next tab is the instructor information tab. Here I've given you a little information about myself as well as my contact information. So best way to contact me is email here, and you can also contact me to schedule virtual office hours. Going back to the home page, the third tab is a tab that includes answers to some frequently asked questions that I've gotten. So I have put these questions into different sections. So the first section has to do with course materials and format. The next section has to do with the chapter questions assignments. Submitting assignments through Turnitin. If you're having trouble, you might get some answers here. Questions associated with completing the quizzes. Questions associated with discussion board assignments. Questions associated with additional help and my contact information. And then I mentioned extra credit. There's some information about the extra credit as well. So if you have any questions, I encourage you to visit this frequently asked questions page first. You might get your question answered there. If you don't, please contact me and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. This fourth tab is my gift to you, advice from former students. So I have asked students who have taken this course before at the end of the course, what advice would you give students taking this course next semester? And their advice to you is gold. I encourage you to peruse the advice from those who have gone before you, and I will again help you with this because in the beginning of course reflection assignment, one of the questions asks you to take a look at the advice here and to choose something that you think most relates to you. Okay, I'm going back to that home page. The fifth tab is the course reflection assignments that I have been talking about. So the first one will be due on Sunday, March 3rd, and you can access it by clicking on this link here. The questions themselves can be found at the link on the top of the page, and you also have some information about them below that link. So here are the questions. There are 5 of them. Please type your answers and submit them in the Turnitin link at the bottom of this page or on this page. I don't have the same access as you do as a student, but you should have a link to be able to submit your answers through the page itself. And to let you know, I can only accept documents in doc and PDF format. I cannot accept documents in pages format. So please convert it to a PDF or to a document format. Okay, I'm going back to the home page by hitting that home button. Underneath the course reflections, you have the weekly materials. Each week I will provide supplemental materials for that week's chapters. And the first one available is the week 1, which we will be covering chapters 1 and 2. For each of the chapters, I have a little section where I give you an outline, lecture, PowerPoint slides. So this is basically the information in the chapter in small bite-size slide format. Recommended videos. These are videos that I have found online that go over different concepts associated with the material that week. They tend to be between 5 and 10 minutes long. And then also relevant websites. These are websites that you can visit if you are interested in learning more about topics associated with that chapter's material. And I have a section in week 1 for both chapter 1 and for chapter 2. For some other chapters, I will also be providing practice worksheets that will not be graded, but will give you a chance to work with the concepts and to compare your answers to a key that I will also provide to you. Okay, I'm going back to the home page. The next tab is the chapter questions tab. You will have chapter questions assigned each week associated with the chapters for that week. The first assignment will be the week 1 chapter questions, and you can access them at the link at the top of this page. I'll show you what these chapter questions look like. So I have given you the questions, and I've also told you what section those questions can be found in. At the end of each chapter, I have 2 reflection questions for you to help you integrate and understand the information in those chapters. And because we're covering 2 chapters this first week, I also have questions for chapter 2, again with reflection questions at the end of that chapter. Please answer all questions in one document because you will only be able to submit one document to the Turnitin submission link on that page. And please notice that all assignments will be due by 10 p.m. I know some other courses allow you to turn in assignments by midnight or 11:59, but my due date is 10 p.m. On the assigned date. Immediately following the due date for the chapter questions, I will be providing the answer key, and you can access that in the chapter questions key tab. It shows that week 1 is available, but actually it won't become available until the due date. And again, you can utilize these chapter question keys when taking the quizzes. Speaking of quizzes, that is the next link. That's the next tab on the homepage. And I have a link for each quiz. The first quiz that's available is the week 1 quiz. And you can take the quiz by clicking the button at the bottom of the page. There is no time limit, but you do have to complete the quiz in one sitting. And you have 3 attempts. So if you are not happy with your first quiz score, you can take it an additional 2 times before the due date, and I will keep your highest score. If you are unsure about how to take the quiz, there is a link in the quizzes tab where you can find information about how to take quizzes. The discussion board is the next tab on the homepage, and I will be putting up the discussion board assignments as they become relevant in the course, and they will show up for you at that time. The only thing that's available for you right now in the discussion board section is the introductions forum, and I ask that you please introduce yourself both to myself and to everyone else in the course so that we can get to know you a little bit better. So let us know who you are, why you're taking this course, something fun, interesting, or memorable that you did recently, maybe where you see yourself in 5 years, and anything else that you want us to know about you. We look forward to meeting you, and you can submit a response by clicking that reply button, typing in on the message box, and then clicking the post reply button at the bottom of that page. Now for the assignments themselves, you will be asked to reply to other students, and you can reply by clicking on the reply button, typing in your reply, and then posting it. And if you are unsure about how to use the discussion board, there's also a video tutorial here in this introduction section. Okay, one last thing to show you is the grades tab. I will be posting your grades throughout the course so you can keep track of your grade throughout the semester. And that is the Bio 102 Human Genetics course. Again, my name is Dr. Christine Goodhart. I will be your instructor this semester. Please reach out if you have any questions. It is my job to help you succeed in this course. I look forward to working with you this semester.